Well, those alarm clocks are going off. Let's see if GamerLegion are going to hit the snooze. I'll sit straight up and be ready to go. fnatic with a CT side opening. And 2 sets of dual Berettas in play. I like that. One of them is over here towards this A site. GamerLegion fast out mid. Afro has given up this space. He's going to come across. They've made it across at the arches, but now he needs his teammates in the site to hold the line. One out of Crims, but nothing else found as these pit players are overran. GamerLegion looking good in the pistol. Roy's out on an island, and he's going to fall, losing a full belt of utility as he does so. And Dexter takes one to the dome the moment he rounds the corner. How many more can he really get with the dualies? They just whittle him down. It's death by 1,000 cuts for Dexter. And it's Volt showing up in the pistol to put that first round on the board for GamerLegion.
Yeah, in your face for GamerLegion. Just very aggressive, very quick, and everyone peeking together as soon as they get the information. So a reassuring opener. fnatic, feeling confident, will force by and give Crims a scout as well as a bunch of deagles and armor. So looking to flip this on its head very early. With some smokes as well to delay. Whoa, good shot for Kiosk. And already good signs for GamerLegion just these first couple of rounds. They get the ball rolling all right. Volt's got to go back for that bomb though. He was moving up alt mid. They already have top bracket. Dexter needs a D. Oh, that's more like it. Mid-air. Not an easy shot. AKs will feast as well.
Man. Dexter's having a round.
Another.
He's having a round. He's feeling it with the deagle. He's feeling cracked right now. And so he just wants to take every fight he can. He knows his limits, though. Tagged on that swing over towards short. And he thinks to himself, you know what? Maybe I'd be better off stealing this away.
Oh, this is cheeky.
Acore get delivered this one for free back in the library. They're scratching their head. They don't even know how he got there.
Roy's got to turn around. He's been told by his teammate, you're getting flanked, mate. And so Acore is considering
got to have
all
this.
corners. He swaps weapon.
No!
That's just awkward timing. Roy gets the kill, but he knows they're coming B. Or are they? They ran back for a second. They look to recommit. The call's been made. He's very low. And Roy's just going to save. He's hoping they go A, but that bomb going down should be confirmation to just get out of there with a gun. Oh, that could have been a very viable round. If Afro stayed on the scout, gets a headshot on the cross, different story. Nice deags from the captain of fnatic, but it's still GamerLegion converting on their force buy.
Yeah, Afro gets a few unfortunate moments there because he also, lost track of Acore, which was how he even got to library and got that freebie onto Dexter in amidst all the madness. So Afro, with a couple of awkward timings in that round, a couple of missed opportunities, you're left with the feeling that it could have been so much more for fnatic. Instead, now they just have this AK and armor to work with. As GamerLegion look to get off to a 3-0 start. I don't mind seeing this one on a replay, honestly. I wouldn't even mind seeing it one more time. It was a really nice shot.
Not much to lose in throwing Roy into a fight here. He waits the Molotov, but they're already up towards apartments.
He's the right guy for the job. You know, you tell Roy, we want you to take a fire early, and he goes, yeah, I know.
Duh.
That's kind of my whole
thing. What do you think
thing.
I was doing?
Afro's also got the Zeus in hand.
You gonna give me a little scream, Harry, when Isaac walks around the corner?
Sure, if he gets it. I haven't done the Zeus scream in a while.
Well, pressure's on right now.
I've never been a bigger Isaac fan than in this moment.
He's not got the Zeus out. Oh,
it ain't gonna work at that range. Don't have to get the screen ready anytime soon for that. So now they're just walking into B, into that AK, but no love found. Nothing for Roy in this one.
Nice read for GamerLegion. They knew that swing was coming through CT, pistol or rifle. Yeah, Roy had to just make a play with it, and he goes flying. If Crims had a kit, he'd be cooking. But right now, it's just Swedish cuisine.
Well, hold up. Let him cook for a moment. I mean, yeah, nothing good cooks this quickly, so it's kind of a slow cooker round for Crims.
You ever heard of eggs? They're pretty fast.
Ooh, hang on.
No.
Hang on a second.
No.
Just who let this man in the kitchen?
Stop getting excited.
Just who let him cook?
Kills his load.
Ooh, but Crims. Of course, it's the footsteps. He just doesn't react to him. He was trying to get away with something cheeky there. We were all believing.
No.
Every single one of us was believing that Crims had something going.
Not true.
But in the end, it is a GamerLegion round. They get off to the 3-0 start they were looking for. Now the guns come through for fnatic.
How long has it been since we've seen a true ninja defuse? And I mean true to the definition, where no one knows what's going on. Was it the last one I can think of, and I'm sure there's been a more recent one, was it Rain on Mirage on Triple? I want to say it was Rain. Maybe not. I know FaZe were one side of it. Maybe I'm completely messing that up. I want to say it's a FaZe VP game or something.
I've always believed that, you know, if James really wanted to, he could be the world's first dedicated ninja defuse player.
If that became the meta, I think they would start watching out for him. But he could pull one good one off.
One really good one.
It's Jamie's saving. No, he's not actually. Saving the day. Roy's got to do the same. They're running a banana.
They're
the
already
body
in the
behind
smoke.
them.
They don't know about this.
Yeah, Mac 10 goes flying. Freedom for Acor as he picks up 2 Dexter. We're talking ninjas. There's no way you're ready for this, man.
Yeah, you think you own the site right now. Everyone else is running into CT and they're juggling the bomb around. GamerLegion are already under the belief that they've completed the round.
Okay.
Look like they saw something on the minimap there and they will discover Dexter in at the back of the site, but still they've given a chance over. Crims through the smoke brings it back to 2v2.
They don't think it's B. They think the GamerLegion are overcooking the pooch and going back into a mid-take. Well, at least it lets fnatic group up quickly and cross down banana. If anything, the longer GamerLegion take to make this play, the better this will look for fnatic. You're not expecting 2 coming from banana. At this point, GamerLegion will be scared of ruins. They're scared of coffins. They think that Crims could have crossed in. This is such a strange round, but it's one that's now starting to flip in the favor of fnatic. Every second that passes puts them in a better position, and GamerLegion are wasting time clearing dead angles. There's another smoke on the ground. They go for the stick. The flank is in. Won't be able to stop the plant, but it might backstab unless Kios takes back this control. He flashes forward. The orb strikes. They don't know about Crims.
Crims intentionally holds off for a second there. He's letting Afro take all the risks, all the space. Afro moves in and will fall short versus Isaac. And now Crims spams, so he knows he's coming from banana. Isaac handles that with ease. Wins out the 1v2 to keep this flawless for GamerLegion, and it seems like they're well and truly back into the swing of things now.
I would have loved Crims to just full bait in that round. You know, that spam feels so unnecessary because he's got the element of surprise, but the realization sets in very quickly. All started thanks to Acor, who had a lovely double, and I think you're right on Neelan's check. He didn't actually see Dexter backside, but he was on his screen, so the minimap pops up with a red blip.
Yeah, because it looked like one where even as he's looking back towards it, he's a bit like, oh, really? There's someone there? And everyone else was slow to react, so, you know, could have been more for Dexter.
Akor's a guy who can make the T-side orb look good on this map, and he's already started off with a pickup mid, but keep your eyes on Kios, who pushes smokes like they're not there.
Yeah, we just need that. If every single map kind of felt like Inferno B site, Kios would just be #1. Like, this is wild, the consistency that he finds rounds like this, where he just won't respect any util that's meant to slow him down. He'll sail through it, and he'll make it look like that's the preferred way to play into B.
The crucial difference is the fnatic in this round made the same mistake that the Mongols did in a few rounds, where you throw that front B smoke, but you don't use a lineup. And so it does have a little bit of a gap on the right side, and you can just path with your back against the wall, and you see them before they see you, because you know, that's just how smokes work, right? The way you come out through that gap is really nice, as are these shots. And so, yeah, if you're not using a lineup for this choke smoke in B, Kios is coming through. He's probably coming through anyway, but at least make his job hard. Three entries on B, though. Sublime. And 5-0 for GamerLegion. What do we say? right when you're ready to count them out.
Dude, something that's so wild about this team is just that like they have this incredible ability to show up, look lifeless to open up a series, and then it's like they actually just banked up all that energy for the second map, for the third map. They keep it all in reserve.
They had us in the first map, not gonna lie. Someone call an ambulance, but not for me.
fnatic are left looking a little confused here. They still can't wrap their head around the fact that the shrimp fried this rice. And man, like these openers from Kios, doing it versus the Mongols was one thing where it looked like he was just kind of looking to fight fire with fire, but running this back now, bringing the same energy to the fnatic matchup is scary. You're going to put fear in this banana hold, and in doing so, you've drawn resources away from A in the long run.
Oh, I wouldn't peek down there, Afro. I know he was enjoying his head-to-head versus Acor in map 1. Acor is very patient in middle. Roy, full banana, hoping someone walks through this smoke. And he might not be wrong, because Kios is here, but the spam tags get heard, and Kios calls it off. They're going for an apps pop. Kios naded Roy. I guess he must have spammed him as well. That's a early kill, and fnatic are not ready for an apps pop. Crims has to hit some heads, but he's full blind. Great flashes from Acor as Volt doubles up on the entry, and fnatic run away.
Yeah, crazy transfer from Volt, man. That looked real clean on the opener. And so, fnatic, what can you do? It's kind of how a lot of these rounds have gone. You just got to bow out. You got to give it to them. Say, well played on this front. GamerLegion have proven to be a very resilient team.
Yeah, very easy to write this team off, given the substantial losses they endured coming into this season.
Yeah, I mean, you know, even those content pieces that we did where we sat down with the players and got them to rate roster moves, I think in the eyes of many, GamerLegion kind of came out the worse for wear.
Yeah, especially considering they weren't a play-in team, right? Obviously from their placing in Paris, they go straight through to the group stages here. And I think the question was, do they deserve it in the sense of course they earned it. The core did, the core's still here, the org's still here, but are they of the level of the phases, of the vitalities, of the heroics? And right now we're still answering that question.
I don't think they should body anymore.
He's trolling. He's definitely, that was on purpose, he's trolling. Surely. That was a very loud, guys, let's go B. Okay, right, we're gonna go A now.
Yeah, it's the classic, you know, it's the real life equivalent of typing in all chat, go A, and then hitting the U button and going to team chat and typing go B.
Yeah. They're eco. Guys, they're buying, watch out. Cadian should take a trick out of his book. All right. Well, Neelan, sorry, mate, you're wrong. They are buying. Oh, what a shock.
Everyone's welcome.
Got the orb.
Yeah, what's the solution going to be here, though, right? Because a lot of these rounds have just kind of been so decisive, often
Volt.
being ended in 1 or 2 well-placed kills, and with Volt playing like this, it's not hard to see why. This is going to prompt a bit of re-aggression on the other side of the map to try and retake this banana control. I'll tell you who's loving the idea of you bringing the fight to him. It's Kios. He'll lie in wait gladly. And so fnatic might just have to take a bit of a gamble here. When they don't get these engagements over towards banana, they pull everyone back round over towards A. GamerLegion are setting up here. Now it comes down to the timing of Kios and Acor as they continue aggressing up banana. Bomb is still down in mid. They don't have to commit to the A play here. They're going to feed one more kill to Crims over at long. Neelan knocked out on the short side. The alarm bells are going off for GamerLegion. That's 2 players over towards A. They should grab this bomb, tuck tail, and run it into B.
That's what Mao is talking about at the desk, right? The lack of trading. That is very loose for a 5-on-3. Just getting grouped and going together feels like a guaranteed round on this map when you have an advantage. But Isaac's patience pays off, and Nezzy walks right into the crosshair as now we sit in a 2-on-3, and fnatic are even splitting up. They don't want to gamble. Smoke, full exec on B. 2 smokes thrown by Acor to try and sell this fake. Oh, and the orbs here as well. Believe me, Roy does not.
Roy is not falling for it.
Oh,
He
the
will
jump.
still be here, but the jump
Beautiful.
across from Kioz
That's so
keeps him
sick.
in it, keeps him alive, and throws Roy's aim through a loop. Crims has been left chasing ghosts in this round. Might have a chance at the fight onto Acor in bottom mid. Love to get an AWP out of it, but Acor does not want to give that over. And so the dominance continues for GamerLegion.
Akor's just a turret right now. He's not going for these hyper-aggressive AWP picks or running up banana Zywoo style. He is barely leaving T-ramp, and he keeps finding opening kills. 10 and 2 off the AWP for Acor. And, you know, we're hyping up kills. It's not just him. Volt's hitting some smooth entries as well. GamerLegion almost throw away a 5-on-3, but they clutch it closed with 3 still standing. Nice try for fnatic, but that's all it will be. I don't think they're buying now. It's only pistols. Back up B quickly for GamerLegion. Kioz does what he does best and ends the round in 1 or 2 kills.
He's going to try and peek over here. That's 1 kill for 3. He spotted the AWP back at banana. Oh, that AK just sailed through the smoke. That was a nade that pushes it into the hands of Afro. There was some divine intervention to get this AK into his hands. So let's see if with that can come any sort of levity in the round. It doesn't look like it.
Nice read, though.
And so it should just be the save. It should just be 8-0. And there's something to be said about the kind of brutal simplicity of GamerLegion's T side.
Yeah, and it's not like fnatic have played scared in B. They've taken banana numerous times, and still Roy has lost out on that fight.
It's like brutal, man. It's just crazy how, you know, we always say Inferno is one of the maps that really comes down to these opening fights, how they're weighted super heavily, how rounds can just end in 2 well-placed kills. But it's wild how often that becomes the norm for GamerLegion here.
Yeah. Hopefully we can get the AWP in banana. Maybe that could be a change up for fnatic. More guns, lovely stuff. Economical.
Last time we saw fnatic on this map, it was in that call game. It was one that ended up going to OT, and it required Messi to drop almost 40 kills to get it over the line. Right now, he's sat down towards bottom of the board for fnatic, so yet to really get the ball rolling on Messi.
Yeah. No one's really had impact because, well, impact would imply a round win, and fnatic don't have that yet. 8-0 on the T side of Inferno. A map that towards the end of last season and really halfway through it got a lot more T-sided on the numbers. We were talking earlier in that previous best of 3 about how T-sided this tournament has been in general in the Cologne group stage across every single map being T-sided with the exception of Ancient. That's even Overpass sitting at 50-50.
I want to throw out there, not this T-sided though.
No, no, not quite, but this helps. It certainly does help.
Oh, Nealon.
Who can't do it? Who can't find a double entry?
Dexter.
Isaac, because they're already dead.
Yeah. Dexter hopes he can hold on. That molly forces Nealon out and wide. Low HP on Dexter, and Acor knows he's low, knows he's tagged, and so he just spams the smoke. The B site belongs to GamerLegion. Isaac is still in the apartments. Volt's only just grabbing the bomb from spawn. Isaac doesn't want to get caught out here. If he falls, it would give rise to a 2v2 retake. He needs to just hold this position, wait for the bomb to go down, wait for it to tick, and then he can try and remove these guns. He might also catch them as they rotate around, and yeah, he will. A one and done from Isaac. But it serves its purpose. GamerLegion are going to go full hunt.
Don't know about full hunt because they don't know where he's going to rotate from, right? But they at least take back banana. You know, as soon as Afro gets a kill mid, you have a bit more room, you can reposition, and it would be nice to see Volt maybe run at the end, but the risk is you don't actually have CT. Afro could be going for this. You don't want to be too split up. The kids are here, though, so surprised Afro's even playing this close, but at this point, you just want to shoot someone, right? Get a kill on the exit and survive. GamerLegion might not even leave banana.
I'm nervous for him. He's even put himself this close to the firing line. But he's going to get out with the AWP.
Acor's
so it's all well and good.
K Isaac's at 16k, Neelan's at 13k. I mean, this is a statement for GamerLegion.
Yeah, and you know, what a trip back down to reality this is for fnatic. They were probably in very high spirits after a well put together Vertigo. They look good, they close it out. There's never really a moment where GamerLegion were in that. They go to Inferno. Sure, it's your opponent's map pick. You know that they've got some good mileage here. They've got good ideas, but you weren't expecting this out of your opposition, especially not after you beat up on them on that first map, barely even breaking a sweat. Right now, I mean, dude, like for fnatic, it must just kind of feel like you're somewhat on autopilot. You know, like they're still trying things in these rounds, but they've never once felt competitive. You're kind of just going through the motions, getting toyed with, getting thrown around by GamerLegion on their whim, at their mercy, and they're not full of mercy. I tell you what, quite relentless as it turns out.
Afro has the AWP at B. And Roy's ready with a Molotov in case he gets picked, just to stop Kios on his bloodlust. Gonna re-molly B. GamerLegion. A slow round for their standard. Again, letting Acor just sit in the pit in the middle. 12 and 2. He's been T-side AWPing since as soon as he could afford it. And he will have it for the rest of the game, or at least the half. Execute onto the A site, Long and Moto. Looks like they want to go through this smoke. Volt is creeping up very close, and that's actually forced fnatic into the site. Entrenched now. Volt can come up on a late timing on this Moto smoke. This could be a nice gap here as GamerLegion move up short. They've seen something, but Mezzy responds. There's a lot of smokes here lurking out of the apartments at the same time on Isaac as Volt comes in on the backstab.
You're waiting to see what Volt and Kios are cooking. If you're GamerLegion, you kind of need them to alleviate some of this pressure. Crim's just got wallbang down in the pit from Acor on the short side, and he spammed him out. Wow. Acor finds Crims with the AWP, tagging him not once but twice through the wall.
Seconds.
Now it's Dexter left to get past, and they run him down. Acor charging in with the Tech 9 and the bomb on his back, but they will get rewarded for it. And a 2v2 ensues, a 2v2 that fnatic never in their wildest dreams thought they would have to embark upon. They thought finally they'd broken through. It's Roy, 1 and 8, and Afro left in it. And Isaac holds for the apartments. This is an awkward fight for him now.
Hit him.
Gonna get tagged once by the AWP, but he takes him to the grave, and now it's Acor versus Afro. The AWPers will clash, and he's looking to do it with the Tech 9. Full blind as Acor stands and delivers. The scoreline is kept flawless for GamerLegion.
How the hell does he win it with the Tech 9 full blind? He never sees him. He just shoots through the white. And to think that 2 AWP entry kills with wallbangs in this round, it took 2 AWP shots onto Crims. It took 2 back the way of Isaac. Dexter as well, he puts off a miraculous kill, but I don't think he thought there was time for them to kill him and get the bomb down. He's looking into the wall, trying to move his hitbox, trying to hide, and they just chase him down. One more kill from Dexter could have done it. Instead, GamerLegion do everything in this T side, 10 and 0. And there's more where that came from. Another entry from Volt. Him and Kios have been immaculate in this half at it. Afro will respond finally. But how long can fnatic hold an even player count? Kios looks hungry towards B. And I would not take my eyes off this smoke. fnatic is so fearful they moved a 3rd player over, but it's a mid-take. Isaac back in apps as he has been all half. Afro alone in the site. And it seems like GamerLegion once again have got the solution. This is a nice move in the mid-round for fnatic. This frees up rotations. They are running, but they need to go right now as GamerLegion are about to go.
All eyeballs firmly planted on Afro as the site defender. He's got support from Crims, having rotated around from B, and Roy is even committed to the backstab. They know about this, so they know they're going into a stack, but they'll battle forward anyway. Afro up on top of the cold box, drops the bomb, and it's left to Isaac. He won't survive the drop in a pit, and so finally, everyone keeps asking, when do Fnatic play? It starts right now.
Yes, first round on the board. To think that this is, even more dominant than the first map, given, how obviously, given how one-sided it felt for Fnatic, right? GamerLegion, these rounds haven't even been close, and finally Fnatic break through. GamerLegion immediately call a timeout, because why waste the opportunity that you got? Why give Fnatic 4 or 5 rounds at the end of the half? Just keep it clean, shut them out while you still have the chance, and it's not like they've needed to use timeouts yet anyway. You may as well make the most of it. Nice mid-round re-aggression for Fnatic. That was a difference maker. It freed up the flanking Roy, allowed Afro to call in for support. He's got the AWP here again as well.
Chaos.
He's not dead yet.
He threw a smoke on the molly, but it didn't extinguish and it spread to him. It's not the best time to have encountered that issue in at Banana. Afro's looking to peek for this. Oh, and Kios will get out on low HP. Tries his hand at the wall bang. Doesn't quite find that 10 points of damage that were needed to deal with the front man of GamerLegion. This annoying problem piece that has kept opening up B plays. At least going to force more respect out of Kios, which is a task easier said than done. And Fnatic now try to come in with more of this aggression in the mid round. They've dedicated a lot of resources over towards mid, and so they try to aggro it, but Afro feeds Vault that kill. And now they've got to split the defense 2-2, not really knowing where this play was looking to end up on the back of that spot down middle. GamerLegion are going to hit the go button on this B play, and so Mezzi, the merry man, back of the site's got to do it all.
Yeah, Roy's stuck behind the smoke. He's going to pop out on his teammate's contact. But there might be an AWP just trained in on his position. Mezzi swings out, they line up, but they do get the trade, and there's the AWP waiting for Roy. Acor does exactly what he's supposed to. 10-1, maybe 11 now. As Fnatic have to save, and Acor is so assured of that fact, he's even gone hunting with the AWP. That is so out there. GamerLegion. Some maps, they don't look like they've put the work in, or at least they've not finalized the results. But this one, everyone fits their role. Everyone knows what they're doing. Acor slides in perfectly. The apartments control, we've not really talked about it, but it's just been consistently Isaac's. And they've got all the util to support entries as well. They have just had no problem both times they've played this map.
I think that's very cool, because, if this is like, if this is the most complete map, if this is where GamerLegion feel, super comfortable, and that would stand to reason with the games they've shown and the fact that they pick into it wherever they can. Like, if this is still the tail end that GamerLegion are capable of putting out there. That gets very exciting when you think about, the map pool is still developing. This is a team still adjusting to the new leadership of Nealon. The new addition of Vault, trying to find, that identity, that compromise between losing their star from the major, losing their captain. But if this is the level they're able to put out here on Inferno, and they're able to even get other maps to, 70% of this, it opens up a very exciting world for GamerLegion. Dexter,
no!
The late pull on that molly might screw him. He's going to get out of there. Thanks to a flash, he will live to tell the tale. Afro takes up this position on the long side. That molly's going to force them to make a choice, and they won't play ahead of it. So for now, he still holds long.
They've just assaulted Fnatic on this position. They've burnt every single bit of util. The last smoke has just gone out in apartments, and they've even forced a 4-man stack. So while B is still smoked off, GamerLegion aren't exactly picking up the pace. They are considering other options. Afro are going to rotate back. GamerLegion have so many smokes. They are not going to run out of options here. They could double pump this B bomb site. Kio's trying to keep them at B. But even if you're splitting them 2-3, it's not the end of the world considering the amount of utility GamerLegion have. They get in some appropriate smokes. Double long side, they can again go for this A split. And they have just been so good. Big flash though, 20 seconds.
Yeah, great way to force that opening fight. Crims tees up Roy over at long. And then he adds a kill to the tally from down in the pit. Now he's left all on his lonesome. Roy's able to dart in and out to lend a helping hand, but it's all Crims to slow them down and give Roy that space. That was a really nice interplay between Roy and Crims. They do the bulk of the heavy lifting between the two of them in that A-site hold. fnatic find themselves their second round. It takes a long while for this to come through. They're clutching at straws to try and find 4 right at the end of the half here. Even if they manage that, you know, that doesn't feel like a lot of wiggle room.
Ooh, the Orbs may battle after all, but Afro goes sending it into second and picks Isaac. You've got to make a hero play at this point in the game. It can't make it any worse. And so a 5-on-4 found for fnatic. Fee-Fi-Fo Farm, who's Vault finding in the apartments. As Crim's back on balcony. Roy pushed out a library, and he could get a flash in. There it goes, double face from fnatic. Kios is in no hurry. Oh, I say that, he just goes in for the swing dry and equalizes this round. fnatic are really feeling the burn with some of these engagements they're taking. Acor looking to punish Pit again. Crims still got lots of util to stall out this play, but GamerLegion are not going A.
Afro's just got set up at the top of B, just starting to take this line with the AWP, and the timing might be perfect. 1 kill found for Afro, but they're really close, right in behind him. He can't escape Kios. Molly comes out from Mezzi. That's going to slow the play down, but they smoke it off. They go through. Mezzi getting spammed. Can't fall here.
Oh, he's sending
Dexter's
it. Baby.
sending right in and tears through them. He shows the rest of fnatic how it's done. Can't be scared of these smokes. Can't be scared of the GamerLegion. And so it takes Dexter like a madman, just barreling through the smoke. Talk about lead by example, man. Like, that's wild.
He just doesn't give a damn. Why not? Especially off of the spam, right? Because not only is Mezzi reloading there, so GamerLegion, you know, somewhat have their guard down, but also GamerLegion are reloading because they've just all spammed Mezzi back. So there's a little bit of logic to the rush there for Dexter. It's the last thing they expect. They're sticking that goddamn bomb, but it's crazy. However, this round was crazy for fnatic. Afro just going down alt mid with a pick. Dexter running through smoke. You know, you've got to make concessions. You've got to be a hero, or you will just get wiped. So big play from the captain of fnatic, but even 4 on the CT side, Harry, is just not enough.
One of the problems with this old fnatic team is that there would just be games where it felt like the IGL would have to do all the heavy lifting in terms of the fragging too, and even with the changes, that's kept up here. Dexter up top of the board.
Shouldn't be the case. You know?
No, it shouldn't. It is worrisome. You know, you need everyone else to get switched online. It's great that Dexter's got this in him to even deliver a handful of rounds for fnatic, but we need more mileage out of some of the usual suspects here. And really, I'm looking at you, Mezzi.
Give him the keys. See if he can put on a 4th round here at B. He's in the right position with the Molotov. Oh, they have to run through it now. That's forced their hand. In they go. Kios is more than happy with that. Smoke on the molly, but he gets obliterated by Roy. And Mezzi has found a little gap to hide out in the pool. He's gone swimming, fishing for frags. Acor spams him back. Dexter, he seems to know. I think he's got the spot. He is so assured in this position. He takes down Isaac. Roy is doing the Lord's work right now at the back of B, but it's still going to get cleared out. And Dexter has had enough at the end of this half, and maybe fnatic have as well. As they close with 4, they get a grip on the game right at the end, but GamerLegion Legion have come through on Inferno yet again as they did last night with a statement piece. Let's see if they can send us to Ancient in the second half.
Very important with these Molotovs if you're going to execute on the A-bomb side to flush out anyone who's there. But look at Kenny pushing through. He goes down to Olaf. How does that work? He gets that shot.
Now the rest of the Fnatic, they're starting to push on, but the rotate, the counter, the fake, it's all working out, and it's Olaf. Crimson cuts him out, Pronax and Flusher. Apex is left alone over on B site now, but they're not smoking because Flusher doesn't want to choose to throw it down. He's all the way over in tunnels, but it doesn't matter when they're landing shots like this. Apex is trying to stop them, but it's not going to happen. It will be overtime in the first map of the Grand Finals.
One person, he makes the jump. He's going to try and buy time with his flashbang. It's up once, but they're all coming mid-air shot, and MBK is down, and there's 40 seconds left.
Kenny has looked down long. They knew they really wanted to get an early frag before they managed to get in position, but they're going to be piling around the corner. Happy's going to have to get in position. Kenny manages to find one, but Olaf, Maestro, and Flusher will manage to cut them down.
And look at the guns for AWPs. Fnatic, they're ready to shoot some ducks as they cross the middle. It's going to be a challenge, and Apex, not in this lifetime. NBK also tagged up a bit, but Kenny with the reply is ridiculous. He hits the headshot on JW, and now we're going to be in a 4v4.
Crims is in a perfect position as well. They have a great little crossfire. MBK gets one, but they don't count for Flusher to still be there. Kenny just smokes him off, but Flusher's not having any of it. He's going to push on through. He's going to gun down Kenny, and Kiyoshima now all alive into the crosshairs of Olaf Meister. Just lines up the shot, gets the support of Flusher, and this will be Fnatic taking map one.
Wow, that might have been the first time I've seen a really emotional reaction from Fnatic like that. They definitely felt the pressure of playing on this stage in a game where they were so far behind. An absolutely epic comeback here.
What is your calling?
GamerLegion certified legends when it comes to Inferno. Another lights out performance from the crew here sees them up 11-4. Fnatic only barely finding a way to brute force a way in right at the end. A lot of it coming from Dexter, the man at the helm of Fnatic, to offer them this 4-11 scoreline. It's 3 rounds right at the end to keep this map open past closing time. Is that going to be enough room for Fnatic? Or have they just delayed the inevitable here? Let's find out. That first half, we had a couple of big performers for GamerLegion. Volt was a menace over in the apartments. Acor roaming on his AWP, always good for the trade, it felt like. And Kioz, a bit of a B entry king. It felt like they were excelling in every field. So let's see if they can pick up where they left off.
This triple B is dirty with a reflash, with Julie's playing anti, but it could go very wrong. Oh, that's an announced flash. Nealon looks right back into them, and he pops around the corner, ready to meet them. 2 kills come through for Volt at least, as Nealon falls With only a whimper, 2-on-4 though for Fnatic, and both players of GL back up into the bomb site. Oh dear, they know about
backstab's
Keels.
arriving already.
They've got the info. They hunt him down. 2-on-4 coming back for Fnatic.
The backstab is so quick, though.
Yeah.
They're up banana moments after Fnatic themselves move in from this position.
Good realization from Fnatic that this is a round for fights. You forget the plant. You're looking for these kills, and they've got the spot. That's huge info for Crims.
The one thing that's a little awkward here is that Crims doesn't want to face and die and lose the bomb at Coffin, because then what is Mezzi even supposed to do? And it's crazy to me that GamerLegion are willing to just play the stalemate.
Yeah.
They know Fnatic are looking for fights right now, and so what's the one thing you're not going to give them? It's the fights they're so desperately craving. Now the bomb is stuck, and that's when GamerLegion try to move in to take advantage of the 2v1. Crims is now off the bomb. Mezzi's getting whittled down. He could use a bit of a helping hand, and so Crims will supply it. Just a core left on these dual Berettas, and Mezzi and Crims make that round happen for Fnatic. Two of them versus the world, and they'll lock it in. The second wind might be here after all.
That was unbelievable. 2-on-4, and GamerLegion read the pistol. They had a great setup. They had a quick flank, but Fnatic, the experience reigns true. This is something we talked about coming into the series, with having so many, not just experienced and older players, but just very capable hands in players like Crims, where he's going to make the right decision and won't make some unforced error, jump the gun, try and stick the bomb plant after you clear B. Takes so long to clear CT that they worked it out. They figured it out that it was a double banana flank, and that allows Fnatic to plant safe. And Crims goes hunting to close. 3 smokes drop to B. GamerLegion just going to cycle them and try and force Fnatic into the A stack. It's a nice idea. Do Fnatic respect it, though? Nealon has to toe the line. This is not just an easy case of just lobbing utility. You want to throw it late enough that you can actually beat the clock, but not so late that Fnatic just explode in as you throw your smoke down. So you should probably put one down very soon.
Here's their util coming out. They might just play through, and they're going to find him on the smoke.
It's still salvageable. If they respect this smoke, oh, they won't. Well, it's no longer salvageable. Just lob them.
Sure, yeah. May as well. You'd rather you're throwing them at nothing than Fnatic go and grab that. This will just be another save for GamerLegion, where they attempt to run back this 4-spy in the next. So Fnatic succeeding versus the 4-spy. They find that under-defended B site. They deal with Nealon. Go up 6-11.
I know T-sides have been, very impressive in this series, in this tournament, for both these teams.
What crazy thing are you going to say next, Hugo? Go on.
I mean, I don't really have a question, but do you think it's viable, Harry? There's a question. Do you think there's a world?
I thought you were going to make a statement. That sounded like the build-up to a statement, Hugo.
Well, I can make a statement.
Yeah, go on.
I think it's viable.
Yeah, you think it's viable?
I think Fnatic got the gumption to pull this game back. They're all full of gumption, Harry.
Old, smart, and full of gumption. That's this Fnatic team all over.
Damn right, Harry. They got some shrewd or spirited initiative and resourcefulness.
Yeah, they call Mezzi Forest Gumption. He's always running, and he's always smart while he does it. So let's see what he can bring to the table here. Actually, that fits Roy better. Fits Roy better. So here we go, up against the Pistols. Fnatic. It's a repeat of that last round. Let's see if they're able to beat it again.
Roy's up in the apartment, standing behind the fire. And he's not a smart man, but he knows what love is. And he'd love to pop into this A site right now, but maybe not, because GamerLegion more strong. Double pit site crossfire. Fnatic can find the gap at B. It's a free round. Trying to uncover the terrible truths as Neelan blocks the smoke. Will he use his? Saving it for a rainy day. But Fnatic are going to start to pour into this bomb site. Oh, that will change everything. Now they're scared of a stack, but there's no one here.
Yeah, they now they're under the illusion that A is going to be their best course of action, but that is where everyone is. Neelan was the one guy who died in that last round. Everyone else has the pistol armor still, so they're going into a full stack
Blimey.
of kitted out players. Fnatic,
no.
this is quickly getting out of hand. They've got to wrestle for site control, and they're not getting in. Turned to dust by the pistols. Neelan sends them back in. And into that stack, crazy round from the captain of GamerLegion to put that whole thing together, and you could see it starting to unravel. A weird way for that one to go. Fnatic are going to be kicking themselves.
Yeah, you watch that demo back, that round back, and you have your head in your hands, you cover your eyes. Why did we leave? Why did one pistol scare us off? It was a USP. And Neelan somehow sends them into the lion's den. Chewed up, spat out. Fnatic will live to regret it. And look at the dichotomy from a MAC-10 to an AWP. GamerLegion have everything and nothing in this round. But Fnatic still managed to squeeze out 5 AKs. It's just a lack of util. And the extreme momentum break that force buy win gives GamerLegion Acor. That was a dangerous peak. But he will live to survive it. And he will be so keen, he goes back for more. Oh, Crims, almost caught. Again and again and again. Lucky legs, Kioz, top B with a Galil. He spots it and he retreats.
For this. It's really ballsy, but Acor will at least cement the trade. Crims is getting pushed through the back line of the apartments. GamerLegion come through with aggression on both fronts, and so that means that Fnatic have got to fight forward now. Acor back in the site, AWP in hand, but a missed flick to Mezzi means this B site falls to Fnatic control and a retake ensues. If Afro can win this fight at Banana, GamerLegion might never even attempt this round. Neelan is creeping in, sure. Volt is not going to hang around to help him, and with Neelan dead, Volt saves. Fnatic, they right their wrongs. They get right back on the horse that bucks them off. They pull up with a 7th. And that's in spite of GamerLegion making some really nice mid-round moves there. You know, the peek over towards B feels kind of wild, but Acor at least trades it into even odds. And that apartment's aggression that confirms that it's not the A play, not only confirms it's not the A play, but it just tips the scales in favor of GamerLegion for only a moment.
I actually like the re-aggro. It's just to allow Acor to trade. It's just a shame. Acor makes actually the smarter play to go back and anchor B rather than hang around for another shot in the open. And he calls for a supportive flash. He throws one of his own, 2 flashes, holds the angle with the orb, but then they climb over blue. So, you know, it could have been a very different round if he played more aggressively, but you know, on paper that is the smarter option. And Fnatic just go around his crosshair, go over it. And so, yeah, still an opportunity here for Fnatic. 3rd time I used despite GamerLegion's lead. But cut the head off the beast before it eats you alive, is the old saying. Acor's orb makes a reappearance. And Ash has some maths homework to do.
Dear diary. Today we beat Fnatic on Inferno to take it to a 3rd.
Is it a death note?
He's what's the word? Just like making it happen, but willing it into existence. Yeah. That kind of word.
Manifesting.
Manifesting. That's the one. Go. He's manifesting it, Hugo. Thank you.
Fnatic are manic and festering in Banana. Moving back up through the smoke. If Roy can get activated, this could be a suddenly a very winnable game for Fnatic. He has had a very quiet map.
I feel like in a lot of the Inferno games we've watched, Banana has become a very respectful place where there's not a lot of, you know, aggression here in the early round.
Fnatic started doing some late retakes on Banana at the end of their CT side. That was doing them a lot of favors. GamerLegion have had 3 smokes at B minimum in the majority of these rounds. They've actually run out of smokes at 38. But with how many flash plays they've gone for, maybe it won't matter. There's no flash on this B bomb site. The Vault has them both in apartments, so just going to dry swing with a nade. Messi's so ready. And it's up to Vault. World on his shoulders. What does he bench?
It's going to have to be a lot. It's going to have to be a big number. Volt up on top of the balcony. 1, not enough here. Dropping into the pit. He needs even more, and he will deliver it. Volt with 2, and suddenly you're spurred on.
TikTok.
Times of the essence, but they will get the bomb planted with seconds to spare. A 3v3 retake now ensues. GamerLegion have been given a reason to go for this by Volt. That one solo player over towards A has kept the door open on this round. Will Fnatic be able to slam it shut? Afro seems to think so. Takes this line onto Moto. Everyone from GamerLegion coming from here. A run boost. Sails that first man in. And there's Akor's AWP delivering another. Why not make it the double? A lovely retake from GamerLegion. They use the run boost to throw that AWP's aim off. They get into the site on the back of the run boost as Fnatic are trying to swing and trade. That's when Akor just isolates fight after fight for a double kill.
I do like Neelan's understanding of the game. I think we've always been Neelan fans. Even when I saw him move to EG, you know, it felt like a good move for him to you know, go to a region where maybe he could farm and, you know, bring up some younger players, and a relatively good amount of experience considering his many years playing with CIS players who we now know and love, and playing in the online realm of, you know, tier 2 CS, a very competitive area. What a call to go for a run boost there on a retake, knowing there's an AWP in play and that he can probably just jump over it. That's such a cocky decision. But GamerLegion look like they're having fun this map.
Yeah, I think Neelan just gives off real, like a good energy
Good
as well,
vibes,
right?
yeah.
He's always looking down the line. He's always congratulating his team or having a laugh about something that happened in the round. It feels like, you know, we sometimes say a team that's like having fun is a very dangerous team to play against. And I think Neelan does try to prioritize the fact that like everyone's just feeling good. You know, when you look at how they react to some of these rounds, some of the laughs that they've had, you wouldn't think that this is a make or break game at IEM Cologne. Oh, Kios aggro down Banana, backed up by the captain, and he's just going to start spraying and praying. Everything aligns for Neelan and Kios. They lock Fnatic out of Banana. We said there hasn't been a lot of aggression on this side of the map, but it comes through now, and it comes through decisively. And so for Fnatic now, it's all about just doing some damage, trying to find something on your way out of this one. You're not going to win it, but can you force a bit of a reinvestment? Crims and Dexter, they've just been smoked off at the bottom of Banana. Trying to move back in, they're going to land a dink down range, but it's not the killing blow. Crims has been waiting for a peek here, and ooh, he charged that one up. There's another man in top middle for Crims, and he's lovely with the dig. One more though, and one too many. He wasn't ready for Volt to swing out late and deny that AWP save. So GamerLegion find 14, 2 kills found, at least prompts a bit of a reinvestment. Crims does well to get that out of the round at least.
Yeah, I overlooked fact as well, but I just had to remember, and I looked it up, and Neelan actually played with Kios back in the CIS squad, and they made it to a major in Berlin. They played under Simon Gaming, and that was, I just remember that minor very well. There were some really cool teams in there, including, you know, who was it? Yakinda, I think, came through that minor. Oh no, sorry, Gambit Youngsters. That was it. But yeah, Neelan and Kios obviously having played in the team before. I wonder how much you know, that brought Neelan into this team. Maybe Kios had good things to say about him. Kio's Belgian, but multilingual. Knows them all. Fnatic, though, this is a last-ditch attempt here. 3 AKs and a MAC-10 just trying to pound their way into B. But again, this re-aggression has been so deadly. Roy, he's not blinded. There's no flash again, and Kios does get punished once more. Fnatic have to pick up the pace. Are they ready for 3?
They weren't ready for Nealon at first, but they are able to deal with him. And Volt is living on borrowed time, not for long. He's shut down by Afro. Acor gonna lob in this nade, try to find the planter. It does a bit of damage to Dexter, but it's nothing to write home about, nothing to inspire you to attempt this round. And so Fnatic do break their way in. They even find Acor right at the end. Afro goes hunting. That's an upgrade onto an AWP for him if he wants it. So successfully dealing with Kios as he tries to harass them at Banana, and that extends the golden invite. The red carpet rolled out for the B play. Fnatic still have a long way to go, but they've at least kept 15 off the board for GamerLegion for now. And they've kept it pretty clean as well.
Just such a long crawl back to reality for Fnatic, and given the a couple of quiet players we have, like Roy not really showing up in this map, and the mindset of GamerLegion and the mood this team is clearly in, their ability to reset after that first map was phenomenal. I think this should be as close to impossible as a comeback can get for Fnatic in this point.
Yeah, I mean, I was singing Roy's praises back on Vertigo, but I think, and I said, one of the reasons why I've always been a Roy boy was because, he is such a pure entry fragger in terms of how he plays. He loves to be involved in early fights. He likes to be at the front of the pack. But the drawback to that is, if you're having a bad game, there's kind of no way to obfuscate that. There's no way to still carry that same level of impact. You're always going to notice a quiet Roy game because it removes such a pivotal thing from Fnatic's opening playbook. And he doesn't just get to stop doing it. He doesn't just get to stop entrying, right? Like, when you're in this team, that's why they've got you. Nice kill from Afro. Inserts himself with the AWP into the kill feed and opens this one up in a 5v4. So it seems like even though Acor gets that early tag in this round where he had to do a lot, it won't culminate to anything. It won't lead to anything for GamerLegion. Fnatic go into the empty A site, and so they're going to get a 9th with potentially 5 alive as well.
Yeah, just nice to guarantee AWP buys if GamerLegion make future rounds expensive. Crabs crawling under crosshairs into T-spawn, but they're saving very little with the exception of this AWP. Bodyguards have been dispatched, and Hunters as well. Grims will get his exit. 9 rounds to Fnatic. And considering Ancient is our 3rd map of the series, if GamerLegion can drag us there, obviously it's been a great map for Fnatic in this tournament as well. In the limited pool they've shown, taking down 9 on it, defeating Cloud9 on it. And given that Cloud9 have actually won their game over Monty, eliminating the new Monty squad from the tournament, that guarantees the winner of this series will be going to fight for the final playoff spot up against Cloud9. And obviously, on one hand, Fnatic have beat Cloud9 before in this group already. On the other, I think a lot of people want Cloud9 to go through to the playoffs, considering Axel's rumored to be coming back for the Lanxess, getting his visa in time. And what a threatening team that could be. I mean, no joke, that is a team that could win the tournament. Just given the names. Obviously, lack of experience, some teething issues in the first couple of games. But if you consider the potential of that roster,
and even
very
the fact
threatening.
That, the fact that they're putting up such a good fight without their full 5, without their starting 5 unit is incredible.
And whoever of these two teams goes to play Cloud9, I mean, that could be a huge upset to knock them out and remove that right for us to get to watch that team. So a hyper important game that will be coming up tomorrow.
This is an interesting gamble. GamerLegion are full committed to the B stack, and fnatic have just lobbed fake util over towards A.
Right.
Roy's in the apartments, but I don't know if he's going to get the info fast enough. When they see this orb, that might be reason enough to change their tune here, but it looks like they're following through with it.
Nope.
Eventually turning around, Tucktail trying to get out of there, but Mezzi's overran with the pistols again. GamerLegion are trying to find the back-breaking round. Roy's not even gained space on A. Right now, fnatic don't even know this side of the map is clear, and so they're moving in like they still have angles left to clear out. This is wasting precious time and letting GamerLegion get close. Akor's trying to make a play, and he's seen Afro. He's seen him. He knows he's got him trapped in Boiler right now. Afro, this is not going to be easy. The flash goes in. He finds the man behind Akor. And for now, Akor's locked in a weird fight trying to chase down Afro, but he just eludes capture. And for GamerLegion, they've got to start thinking, is this worth the retake?
No. I mean, they have the money, but yeah, position's already taken. fnatic already entrenched in the pit. The orb gets out. What a heads-up move for Afro. Oh my goodness. What a recovery in the map for this guy. And again, we come back to his inexperience comparatively to so many of these players at the top level, at the big lands. And you wouldn't be able to tell it. He is so comfortable in this fnatic team right now, making all the right decisions. Getting away with the craziest re-peaks on T-sides with the AWP. And the reason that Roy isn't taking space there is because Mezzi, who's trying to sell this B play after they rotate out because they've seen the orb, he gets full blinded by Afro. Okay, so I guess it was a mistake, but miscomm, because GamerLegion just pushed at the right time, and Mezzi had to turn because he heard the footsteps. And Mezzi didn't actually see how many people came around the corner. It was everyone. So Roy didn't know there was still a player in the A site. There's that kind of peak I'm talking about. Afro goes chasing the AWP in middle and removes Akor first. fnatic refusing to go down without a fight, hanging on for dear life.
And the rounds have been nail-biting. The rounds have felt close, but it is still fnatic winning them when all's said and done to make this comeback happen.
3 in a row. All bomb explosions, all saves for GamerLegion.
Ooh, Crims,
Cheeky.
they're in this smoke with you, my friend. You're
you
not
feel
in the
it?
corner you think you are. And Savolt, that one's nice and easy for him. Nealon wins a fight in middle in the meantime, and that was the bomb spotted. Isaac's trying to re-aggress, but decides against it.
Okay.
Good pick from Afro's AWP. There's no doubt that it's been delivering here. When it's really been required, when we've hit crunch time, Afro has risen to the occasion. 2 kills from him in the round, but how much further can fnatic take this? Isaac down in the pit, looking for info. Just trying to have GamerLegion better place their judgment in this 3-on-3. They've liked the stacks. And fnatic have completely pulled the brakes. Isaac's nade could be big. Mezzi is low. That could finish him, and it will. Sailing past it short. Finds that point man. Roy will not survive the crossing into the pit, and Afro might have been playing a fantastic game here. Might have got the only 2 kills that fnatic have in the round, but expecting him to pull this 1v3 out of a hat. It should never happen, not with this crossfire setup. They're so entrenched, they're so ready to deal with this. That swing from Nealon nearly sails them down the river, but it will get traded. He had full faith in Isaac, just swinging out after the fact.
Nealon doesn't know how close he came to losing that round, not just with that peak, but his re-aggression from Library back into the bomb site. Roy was up by the hay cart, holding Moto, and Nealon just sneaks in off Library behind the default box the entire time and gets back into safety. That lets GamerLegion run a crossfire, and they close the round just about. Do you think that PC will show CSGO in CS2? An ode to an old era. 5 straight rounds, or we go to Ancient. GamerLegion can't say that they've had it as easy in the second half as their T-side was. But it's the result that speaks for itself as they look to close it here in round 26.
Push into Banana. Afro is holding this. It feels like Akor and Afro are destined to meet again here, but flashing him off the angle. Instead, it's just the nades going in, and Afro's given that dry peek.
They're underneath.
Dexter could have a double right here, right now. Will decide against walking this smoke. If only he knew what was on the other side. Instead, it's going to be Crims and Dexter combining for these kills. They open up the route through A long into this A play, and fnatic still have fight left in them. That last round might have been one that fnatic would rather forget about, but they'll remember this one fondly. Looking to go flawless. Kios just trying to leave the round with the AWP intact, but look at the minimap. fnatic want to remove this, and they'll do exactly that. Great time for Crims to find his footing. A hat-trick from the man. Sees 11 appear on the board for fnatic, and the money now gets called into question for GamerLegion. Might be another one of these pistol rounds. Might be another one of these just partial buys. And, you know, they've been good. Those sorts of rounds have still been scary for GamerLegion. So, you know, not even this one feels like an entirely safe bet, as crazy as that is to say.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I feel like we haven't had, you know, a series with as many AWP head-to-heads as this one. Afro and Acor are like magnets, destined to run into each other. And it's a very close head-to-head right now. fnatic just want to throw an exec into B and see the reaction. But right now it's only Nealon again with his little stockpile of smokes. fnatic have overthought this very round and gone back into the A stack. In map 1 it was 7-2 in favor of Afro, that head-to-head, 3-2 on AWPs. I imagine it'll be a lot closer this time around.
I really do admire that Nealon's just kind of called the exact same strat every time they've had one of these buys. He's got full faith that this is the answer.
Ooh, the difference is fnatic have learnt their lesson.
And this time they just want to follow through with the B play. And that's in spite of all of this success from Crims over on the other side of the map. Gone after one, or gone after two rather. Nealon, can he get anything tucked in with the P250? That's a clean execution on the first man. Traded the backstab from Volt. Nearly gets rewarding, but Afro is able to elude capture from that flank. And with it, any hope of winning the round goes out the window for GamerLegion.
Not sure what he's running from. No guns to get, just a Deagle upgrade. May as well stick around for damage, to be honest, considering they have a buy in the next round. But ultimately, it will be of very little effect. He's going to bodyguard his teammate, and fnatic find a 12th on that anti-eco. Good to see, you know, I like the call for Nealon. It certainly worked last time, but good to see fnatic not make that same mistake. And this time they actually had the get-out clause. They had Crims. You know, when you kill 2 on A and you see a third, that just ensures fnatic that they're not running into a stack. So the 11-4 half that once was has closed right up here at the end of Inferno.
And it's spearheaded by this fantastic performance on the AWP from Afro, really doing a hell of a lot. You know, it took Dexter to keep this game competitive, and competitive is the wrong word. It took Dexter to keep this game from just being GamerLegion's upon appearing into the second half, from them already being at the finish line. He delivered the handful of rounds that fnatic had in that first half, and he kept them in it long enough for Afro to get switched online with the AWP.
Hey, if anything I'm learning from Cologne group stages is that 3 CT rounds, 4 CT rounds, that's part of the course, that's enough. Is it enough for fnatic though? They're going quick.
His shot from Acor. They're out now, they're spilling out over towards long. The pressure about to be applied for Volt, who's teed up with a flashbang but still can't win it. Isaac dropping into the pit with long taken. This gets scary. He's responsible for a lot here. He's got a teammate in the site to help him with short. Isaac needs to win these long fights, and he's doing a good job of slowing it down. This could be the unraveling, the beginning of the end. That missed shot from Afro, that will signal it. We're going the distance on this. Nealon's boys, they've got Inferno in their back pocket no matter what it feels like. Very well played from the GamerLegion squad. It felt like they'd done enough in that first half. It takes them a while as fnatic start to find their footing, start to grind a path back into it. But in the end, they rise above it all, they lock down that A site, and they send fnatic